Hey guys, welcome to the Tech Buzz gameplay. I guess we can call it that, the gameplay. It's Thursday, so getting pumped for the Retro Buzz. Do some live gameplay here tonight. I've got Bonk's Adventure. That's the brand new game. It just arrived in the mail, so I was gonna play it. Haven't really played it much, so Bonk's Adventure 2 was one that I did pretty good on. So I was going to give this one a go and see if this is something that you guys would enjoy watching. But before I do that, I see there's a question here in the chat room. Drew Paul, do you know how to map the buttons on the X Arcade? I think he has Tank Stick with a trackball for RetroPie. And Apicade, both setups have their own Raspberry Pi Model B. Their own X Arcade hang shift and trackball set. I can't get the joysticks and buttons. I really can't answer that, man. The only thing I've ever used, I've used Emulation Station with the Raspberry Pi, and I have that on my Arcade 1-Up. I've not used the X Arcade. So there's some other guys in the community that do a lot of the modding. Unfortunately, my modding is very limited. Like I've done the Raspberry Pi on the Arcade 1-Ups, but I don't get crazy like some of these guys out there in the community. So, wish I could help you on that one, but that's just kind of outside my realm. But yeah, so I got the setup here. I'm gonna give this a go. So I got this live on Twitch and YouTube and Facebook. So if you see me jumping around on comments, that's what's going on. How is the audio? Is it good? I know some people said in the last stream it was a little hot, and so I wanted to make sure tonight it wasn't hot going into this before I get into the gameplay. So if anybody can leave me a comment, that would be fantastic. And let me see here. Just want to make sure I got this pulled up here. But I'll check on the comments here in between. My family says audio sounds okay, awesome. Because they were saying before that I was really blown out, and I was debating whether or not I was going to, I was debating whether I was going to go with an over-the-boom mic. I have one of them, like everybody else does, but I figure the Lav works really good. Audio is okay, cool. So let's jump into this game here. Bonk's Adventure. So like I said, I just got this in mail, complete with box. I think I paid like $50 for it. I mean, I guess it's like anything. It's like Bonk's Adventure 2. You know, when I was growing up, the TurboGrafx 16 was probably the most underrated video game console, as probably most of you guys know too. When my brother and I were growing up, we wanted either Nintendo or Sega. We didn't have no interest in this. And the funny thing is, now that this is hard to find, this is worth more than most of your Nintendo, Sega Genesis out there. And I just think it's funny because this, it never really seen true exposure here in the U.S. I think Japan it did the best in. And I see a lot of guys, they can't wait to get the TurboGrafx Mini, so that they're buying it on the Japanese website to get it quick. Now, I didn't cancel mine, so mine is on the American website. Oops, I forgot. I thought I had invincibility. Mine, I did my TurboGrafx Mini. I just did it on the United States Amazon site, so mine still doesn't give a date when shipping. It says December 31st. But I don't understand how they can ship the US ones or the Japanese ones, but not the US ones. So I don't quite understand it. But my point is, there's a lot of people buying it. What's your guys' take? Why do you suppose that this console is such in demand? I mean, I know Glenn's gonna rib me tomorrow, because he's gonna try to get me on his side from the Sega. I mean, I love my Saturn too, but I've really been playing a lot of TurboGrafx 16 as of late. What do you guys think? Is there... I'll pause it real quick. Is there a trend you guys think as to why people really want this system right now? You were playing this last night on the Legends Ultimate, Nick says. Only rich kids had the TurboGrafx 16 in our hood. That's true. Wasn't it like $200 when this came out? I don't remember. I remember when it went on clearance, they wanted like $69 for it. Should have bought it then, but, you know, dumb teenagers and kids, we didn't know nothing. My brother says sounds good. He'll tell you. We had Sega or Super Nintendo, you know, that was what we had. That was growing up. We both had the Nintendo. He had the Super Nintendo. I got a Genesis that I got from somebody. I was just always about Genesis. I bought a Dreamcast when it came out. I have one of those too. We could always stream some of those games. I don't want to play just all TurboGrafx, but what's going on? What do you got here in the chat? Let me pull it over here. What we got over here? Wow. Cowboy from Hell over in YouTube. SNES and Genesis are more superior. You know, I like them. Honestly, I like the Genesis. I haven't gotten a regular Super Nintendo yet. I just have the Mini. And I have every game that the Super Nintendo ever put out. And I have the Japanese versions of it. I just don't have it loaded on the system because the whole reading the Japanese stuff kind of, it gets old. But, come on. But I do like a lot of the Super Nintendo games, Like I have the Nintendo Mini, and I have PlayStation Mini. Those are the only three mini consoles that I have. And the PlayStation Mini, I have every game that I possibly could put on there as well. I have that set up. But I mean, the PlayStation, there was a lot of good games, there was a lot of bad games too. So, I mean, not that you need it. People always ask, they're like, why do you have so many games on there? Well, because I can. Why not, right? If you can. But as of recent, I really have been, I'm not regretting at all buying the TurboGrafx because I really like the system. Didn't have it growing up, as I said the other night, so it's kind of like a new toy for me, if you will. Now, the Sega Saturn that I have a lot of games for that too, and I soft modded that thanks to Glenn. Glenn told me how to do it from Glenn's Retro Show, and so I have tons of games for that. Even though those are also hard to find, and that system didn't do very well when it came out. That Sega CD's hard to get too. At least a working one. But so tell me why, Jerry Montoya, tell me why you think the Super Nintendo and Genesis are far superior. I'm not arguing with you. I just kind of want to know your thoughts, because I think there's going to be people in here that might say, I don't know if I agree with that. I'm just striking conversation here to see what your thoughts are behind it. But again, I'm not saying I'm not saying I disagree. Just more or less curious. But I want to try to get more and more people on Twitch to watch. I mean, I see a lot of people watching gameplay on Twitch, but I'm not on every night like some of those guys on Twitch. But I am streaming in the retro area, so we'll see. Let me see what the chat room has to say. Their true 16-bit TurboGrafx 16 is 8-bit with a 16-bit processor. Yes, that's true. But Glenn had said that the TurboGrafx offers more colors than the Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo. Is that a big deal? Is that a big factor? I mean, that's one thing I can honestly say. Looking at these games, they're more cartoon-like than anything. I don't know how to beat those things. They just kind of get in your way. Sometimes there's no way past them. Get in here, and then let's see what you guys are saying in the chat room. Nick Christmas says, I'm going to be ditching my mini consoles and getting real ones with HDMI mod cables and everything. You know, Nick, that is a great idea. In fact, every retro console that I have here, I have them hooked up via HDMI. I bought the cables, and I have them set up. The TurboGrafx 16 right now is hooked up with the HDMI, and all my mini consoles are HDMI. My Dreamcast is HDMI, and so is my Saturn. Maybe we'll play a little Saturn after this in a little while, and if you guys are sticking around, and I'll show you some of the gameplay on the Saturn in the HDMI. Now, I got this far. This guy's tough. I haven't figured out how to beat him yet because his bubbles will kill you. Oh no, wait, maybe I did beat him once. That's right, because he turns into my friend. Just took many guys to do it. Like that, you start doing that. Ah, I'm gonna die. Never would have thought bubbles would kill you. Maybe they're coronavirus bubbles. Ah, got me. Last guy. This one almost seems tougher than the other bonks that I have. Oh, his helmet's starting to crack. So that's good. I'm gonna die in the meantime. Ah! When he floats over his head, that seems like the best way to not get killed. Maybe that's the way I gotta do it. Gotta jump and float over, do the float over his head. And not get hit by a bubble. Because now I'm not dying. So I'm assuming. Come on, get a little closer. Ah! The target's right there on his cheek. The top of his head and the target. Ah! Come on. Last time I beat him with like one little heart to spare. Oh no, come on. I gotta play it safe, but I'm gonna die. Ah, go! Come on. little closer. So I have a place to float. Because I was reckless in the beginning. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Now I'm gonna have to continue. I have to start from the beginning of the level, the whole beginning of the world. Let's see here. I'm not gonna continue. I'll start from scratch because I wasn't that far. Let's see what we got here in the chat room. I really didn't look in the colors, Jerry says. Back when I was a kid, I was more into the library. I would agree with that. I know we were more into the graphics. Like, we wanted to see, like, good graphics. So I would agree with that. Let's see here. Matt Herman over on YouTube says, with the TurboGrafx 16, I don't think anyone bought it because you went with Nintendo. That's what most people had. I never had a Genesis as a kid, but I love it now that I have one. You know, that's another good point. I don't remember any of my friends having a TurboGrafx 16, and I remember as kids, we always lent our games out to friends, and we'd borrow each other's games, play them and beat them and give them back. And it's kind of like our own little Blockbuster, right? So you always tried to, you always tried to have a system that everybody else had in that respect. I think, but that's what contributed to everybody blowing in the bottom of their Nintendo games, because you let people that didn't take care of their games and borrow your games, and supposedly that it worked blowing into them, but anymore I don't know how much of that is true. I think it's the contacts that are just, they get corroded because people leave them out and they get dusty. And I think the next one's one of those bad guys, so we're gonna skip that one. My family says, good to see you play some games. Oh, well, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to get on a couple times a week if I can, especially during lockdown here. Try to do something on, people like to watch. Especially now, too, that I got all my consoles. Like, I can literally set up any console and stream it. Like, I can just go over there and switch it to whatever console and stream it for you guys. And I don't have to pull wires. I don't have to run wires. All my wires are ran and hidden real nice. And I can get it live. Before I had to... That's why, with me, it takes me a while because I like to put my camera places. Like, I have a camera up there, so I don't have to keep taking it down, tearing it down. I can give you guys that view, and it's out of my way. It's up on my game shelf. And then I know a lot of these guys, they use the boom mics, but I went with a lav mic. I think it's a little bit easier. I don't know if you guys can hear me better, or I know you said the audio was good, but I like to go minimalist approach, I guess. Oh, what? Give me that. Does that make me invincible again? I hope so. Yes. But I'll tell you what, some of the games for the TurboGrafx, oh my goodness. Now, I've not seen a Nintendo or Sega or any game system besides maybe the Saturn. It seems like all the systems that failed, Dreamcast, Saturn, all the games for those, certain ones are through the roof. It's unbelievable. There is a game, I think it's Bonks 3, they want like $400 for it. I'm like, I didn't even pay that for the system. So, like I said the last time, I have a Mega Disc or Mega Chip coming that I can put whatever games I want on it, and I have all the ROMs because I have them on my PS Vita, so I can have it, because I'm not going to go out and buy $300 games. It's ridiculous. $50 I don't mind spending because it's what I would spend on any other game, even though it's old. I mean, but the $50 it has to have the box. Like, I don't want it just the chip. Like the TurboGrafx, they use like a chip, and I'm not gonna spend $50 on a game that just has the chip. I want the box. I want it a CIB, I guess, complete in box. I guess that's what they call it. Those are the ones I want. It doesn't have to have the cardboard box per se, but the cardboard box is nice. But it has to at least have the case to protect the game if I'm going to spend that kind of money. That's just me. Who's over there? Alright, let's see what the chat room's saying. I'm trying, Steve. I'm trying. Let's see here. This ability. I can't believe I'm doing what I yell at my son for doing all the time, is watching a person play a game instead of playing it. Angel, you're awesome. I owe you a phone call yet, too, man. I lost track of after the show, but I'll give you a call when I get off of here, and we'll touch base on what you wanted. You know, I've been watching people play games, too. It's funny. But you know what? I've been doing it. I see somebody playing a game, a retro game that maybe I have the system for, that I thought about getting the game. And it's awesome because then you find out if you really want that game or not. But now, we'll have to give Doug a hard time tomorrow because Glenn's going to try to get him going. He's going to be like, so I seen you've been doing some streaming of TurboGrafx. So it'll be interesting. Let's go in this thing. Is it just me or does Bonk look like Charlie Brown? Yep, that's true. He looks like Charlie Brown. I imagine a young Glenn looking like Bonk. You gave me an idea that I'm gonna have to mess with Glenn tomorrow. That's a good comment there, my family. Let's see. Yeah, this EJC. Yes, this is a good game. Let me look here. So if you guys got any questions, go ahead and throw them in the chat room. Jerry says TurboGrafx 16 does have some great Sega arcade ports in Japan that unfortunately never made it here. Space Harrier, Outrun, Shinobi, Altered Beast, to name a few. Yes, the only problem is, even if you get one of those chips to play, you have to get a mod one that works for Japan, because the regular one that plays the Mega Drive, or the drive that you get, the chip drive that you can put in with a micro SD card, will only play the United States games unless you get a special converter chip, or whatever you call it, a mod chip. That's the only bad part. Attack of the Killer Bubble. I'm not gonna be hasty on this one. I'm gonna take my time. Glenn could be lurking for all we know. He could be sitting there going, uh-huh. I also have, I have another game but it's kind of a weird one. I gotta remember what it's called. But I want the one for the TurboGrafx that's like Zelda. I can't pull myself to spend $79 for it though. New in box, or not new, but in box. It's just a lot of money. There we go. That's the way to do it. You know, the TurboGrafx 16 Mini, so this is the real hardware, Matt, the one I'm playing on. This is an actual TurboGrafx 16 actual game. But the Mini, from what Pat & Plays tells me, they're probably gonna have a way to hack it. So wait for one of his videos. He'll probably do one. EJC says, I have every system since the release of NES with the exception of this one. One guy in my neighborhood, Joe Epistiato, I think that's how you say his name, had this system and we would all go play at his house after school. See, that's what we were saying earlier. Like, not many people have this. Legendary Axe is pretty good. That's another one that I want to get. I found it for $30 without the case. Who will be the guest tomorrow? Actually, I can tell you that here in a second. Glenn messaged me earlier. Games381. Games381 is our guest. Alright. That's our guest for tomorrow. And I also found out something today that I didn't have this problem before. So the USB port on the TV, I had the HDMI cable for this plugged into. And right before I was going to go live here, it would just go and it would like build up, and then it would have like this nasty static, and it would go away. And I found out that if it's not plugged into an actual outlet, it's not enough power for it. So you need to make sure you need to make sure that you plug it into an actual outlet if you buy these cables. Hopefully it's not one of those guys. It is one of those guys. This one probably is too. See, I wish I would have held on to these, because now I'm buying them at 3 times the price of what they were when we were kids. Here we go, Super Bonding. This is a nasty level so far. You can run through this level, you run through this level. Quicksand. Get out of here. Yeah, I was gonna buy the Genesis Mini, but I have the one from AtGames. I have the one from AtGames that has the built-in games in it. I modded that, and I have every Genesis game on that. And then I got a really good deal on an actual 2nd generation Sega Genesis, and I got that for $30 plus 3 games, and I have that hooked up HDMI. So I put the AtGames one on my shelf, because the AtGames one is cool because you can put an actual cartridge in it too, but it's not full size. It's not the original, and that was the only reason I considered getting the original was because of the price. 35 bucks, you'd pay that much for the games nowadays. Just for on the Sega. Come on. So that's why I ended up doing that. See what you guys are saying. Let's see here. Retro Buzz is always great, man. The last 4 episodes have been awesome. Well, I appreciate that. We try to do the best we can. Triple X, Bonk, TurboGrafx 16, man, those was the days. Had a buddy in college that had 300. We played. Let's see here. We played. A 3DO. Okay. I haven't seen one of those. I don't even think I've ever played one of those. Played Road Rash constantly and never knew anyone else that had one. Yeah, I would agree with that. The other one I keep looking for is a Neo Geo. There was a bowling alley near us that had the Neo Geo arcade, and we would play that at the arcade, but never. I don't know. I don't even remember if I ever seen. I don't even know if we ever seen an actual Neo Geo in the store, let alone somebody having it. Get off me, little rugrat. Come on. Oh, I can't. But a TurboGrafx 16, I know one person right now that has one. It's not me. I want to plug all my minis into a CRT. Which cable do I use? Jerry, if you're going to use a CRT, I mean, they have RCA. You could just get a RCA amplifier or splitter. RCA is that way you can select from your system. But I don't know, the minis aren't really designed, in my opinion, okay? The minis aren't really designed for CRT monitors because they come HDMI, all your minis. I mean, you can convert it, but it kind of defeats the purpose. My suggestion would be if you want to run it on a CRT, I would get an original console. I have no interest in running my stuff. I don't care if it's on a flat screen. I like the quality. Yeah, everybody's all about, I gotta have the scan lines and everything. No, thank you. I'll take it right here on my flat screen, just the way I like it. HDMI. I like the improved quality. That's just me. Everybody to each their own, but no, thank you. And plus, you know how much CRTs cause your electric to go up? I'll pass. Says the guy that's got 50 million monitors in the studio, and none of them are CRTs, though. Oh, man. Come on. What the heck? I've not gotten this far on this game. I have a feeling I'm going to die soon. Come on. Ah! There it is. There it is. He died. Done. Kaput. Alright, let's see if I can continue here. I gotta start way in the back. Let's see here. You had a 3DO? Or did you have a Neo Geo? Yeah, I mean, even now, have you guys priced out Neo Geo games? They want like $200-300 per game. It's insane. Hey, at least I get to start over at this level. This is a level we didn't see yet. And I just got bonked. takes care of that one. But I keep looking. I'm hoping at some point somebody. I would pay $400 knowing how much the Neo Geo is. I'd pay $400 for it if I could get it. The Turbo Express, that's another one that was, when it first came out, it was like $200. The handheld for the TurboGrafx 16. And all the other ones were like $99 or even, I think they were even $200, like Game Boys when they first came out. But then I seen them, they had them for like, I don't know, $49, $59, right when they were going out. Nobody thought 20 years from now they'd be worth anything. Had I known now what I knew, back then, I would have kept all that stuff. Because even now, I don't trade in any of my systems. Before my son was born, I had bought a Xbox 360. My daughter played, and I still have it down here. A Wii. We still have all that. I just don't have the Wii hooked up. Oh man, come on. Gotta get out of the sand. There we go. Okay. Let's see what you guys are saying here. Let's see here. Neo Geo. Hang on, I gotta get the chat back here. There we go. Okay. Hey, what's up, John Wagner in the house? What's going on? How goes it? Oh boy, this is an interesting level. I was actually looking at a Super Nintendo or Nintendo 64 in box that I might get, but I have to wait till the world opens back up. There's a guy locally that has a shop for an original Super Nintendo, which I never had. My brother had that one. They want $75. Oh, I just died. With box, one controller, and I think it has a rumble pack. He wants $75. So I think that's a steal for a box. Getting it in the box, I should say, because not many places can you get the box anymore. The game systems. I kind of wanted a TurboGrafx 16 in the box, but as rare as they are, I'm happy to just get it. Not being in the box. Not in the box. Come on. You stupid frog. Dang it. Even Super Nintendos, I think some cases Super Nintendo is going for more than the Nintendo 64, which I thought was rather strange, but But even that, I was trying to get one in the box. Because I ended up getting my Saturn in the box, and I got that from believe it or not, I got that from a game store. Somebody had traded in the box, and the box isn't. I'm dead. The box isn't in perfect shape, but it's good enough. Matt says, I've learned just to hoard my old systems. PS3 is soon to be classic system, or maybe already is now that it's offline. We have one. My son has it up in his bedroom. I have a lot of games for it actually, but he keeps it up in his bedroom because for the longest time he was into Lego Dimensions, and so that's pretty much the only game he played. Now he does have Call of Duty. I think he's been playing my Call of Duty Black Ops 2 on it. Oh, go back here, I want that. There we go. He started getting into Call of Duty. So, I think that's me back there. Nope. Oh well. The only thing I wish I would have done when we moved, I threw out my PlayStation 4 box. I threw out my PlayStation 3 box. They were pretty much mint condition, and I threw them out because we were in the process of moving, and I'm just like, I don't need these. And that was before I really started getting back into video games heavily, like consoles and everything. And now I'm kicking myself because it's like, dang man, I could have saved them. It would have been worth something. It's one of those things, you know. You don't think about it. I mean, I think about even the action figures that I had. If I still had them, jeez. But I guess that's what makes things so scarce. People never kept their stuff, and the few that did, they got stuff that's worth money. And most of the people, they won't even sell them. They'll keep a hold of them. They're like mint stuff. Like I look at the guy over Twisted Gaming TV. That dude's got like 4 or 5 Nintendo 64s. They look like they're brand new in the box. Like he went and he bought them brand new and just kept them all these years, you know? As long as it's in the box, that's right. You have a TI-99 4A original with box. Not sure if it's if that quite counts. Well, I'm sure it's worth something. I wish I was playing that game, this game right now. I'll tell you, EJ. Did you pre-order, EJ? Did you pre-order the TurboGrafx Mini from Japan, or did you do it from the U.S.? Because I pre-ordered it from the U.S. and I wasn't going to cancel my order, and then go to the Japanese site, and then it say, "Oh, it's pushed back." My family says I've played Call of Duty for over a decade now. Yeah, I played it when the 360 first came out. A buddy of mine that used to watch my tech show, and he used to come on the show. Him and I played it. Oops, dang it. We played Black Ops and Black Ops 2, and I'm gonna get killed. Come on. But that was the last time I did it. We would play online with him, and he was really good. They just called me Respawn. I think overall, though, wouldn't you guys agree that the Nintendo, the NES, the original NES, that was probably the most popular system? Like, even people that were, like, casual gamers. I mean, obviously after the Atari, so I don't want to ruffle any feathers with the Atari folks. But the casual gamers, or hardcore gamers, they all had a Nintendo Entertainment System. Like, I mean, I can get those just about anywhere for like 40, 50 bucks. My problem is finding one that's not yellowed. It's like, I swear, what do you people do with your systems that they start turning yellow? You like blowing cigarette smoke on it or something? I never understood like the whole yellowing of it. Unless they're storing it in a place that's doing it. Now, how did that not kill him? Why do that? I also played a lot of computer. Whoa, no, get out of there. I played like Doom and Duke Nukem. I played that when I was a kid on my PC. All right, let's see what we got here. Atari was big. NES was big. Was huge. Yeah, I would agree with that. I love these old games. To me, they're art. I would agree with that. It took some creative minds to pick what colors went where and to get the best look. They did great for the limits that they had. I would agree with that. Even this, I mean, so this is it was an 8-bit processor, but it has 16-bit graphics. Still don't understand how that quite works. I'll have to have Glenn explain it tomorrow. But even this, I mean, this looks like you're playing a cartoon for its time. I mean, nowadays, if I put Star Wars in for the PS4, it's like I'm playing a movie, you know. But the buttons too, you know, get overcomplicated. I mean, this controller is kind of like an NES controller. It's got, you know, button 1, button 2, kind of like a run or start button and select, and then it's got your gamepad. Like, one of the big things I didn't like about the Nintendo 64, which I started liking since I got the USB controller, is the fact that the controller looks like a giant spaceship. Now, my brother liked it. I didn't really care for it. I like the Super Nintendo controller. I thought that was a stretch because you had extra buttons, but you start getting into like Mortal Kombat and they want you to do 50 million button combinations. That's where, you know, I'm not too good with that. I don't know, my family. I don't know if you can clean the yellow off or if it's baked into the plastic. I'm sure you could buy replacement plastic for it, or if somebody knows how to 3D print. Let's see here. John Wagner, or Jerry Montego says, because I read Montoyo, as long as it's in the box. Have you ever seen the guy on the YouTube, Twisted Chris? That's what I'm talking about. Twisted Gaming TV, Twisted Chris. He has tons. If you guys haven't go over to his, look at his game room. It's insane. Alfredo, we are on lockdown too. I mean, we can go out and get like essentials, go to the grocery store, those types of things, but we're not supposed to go anywhere else. At least that's what they say. Looks like a bat. It looks like a batarang. Yeah. Okay. It looks like a batarang. I'll give it to you. I think it looks like a spaceship, but oh, finally got it. Let's see here. Okay. I always thought that was funny. Bonk having to... Oh, I guess I can't go that way. Probably have to go the hard way. Come on. There we go. Yeah, like I said, I just like to come on here and just for the fun of it. People watch, that's awesome. No big deal. I'll hang out with those that stick around and want to chat or hang out. Yeah, I guess I can go up this way. Let's do this. But I mean, honestly, if I don't play this, Glenn's gonna ask me. He's gonna say, so what do you think? Is it better than the Sega Genesis or the Sega Saturn? I don't know. I really like the Sega Saturn. There's a lot of games that I play on that. I like Gex. I like, there's a few other ones I like. Bug. Bug is pretty good. Can't go wrong with the Sonic games. Think. What else? Panzer Dragoon. I have both of those, the Saga and the Saga is the hard one to get. Panzer Dragoon, and that's a 4-disc. That's a 4-disc set. Come on, go the other way. Can I get up there? Maybe not. I wonder if I can climb that. Guess not. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. That sucks. Oh, don't fall. Oh. We already fell once. I don't want to do it again. Good thing I'm not timed on this. Let's see. Come on. He's killing me even when he's not there. The heck? Alright, now I think I'm back. But how do I get up? How do I get up there? Oh, like that. There we go. Oh, great. I get to play Tarzan. Oh, really? I get all the way to the top, but I die? And the game over? Alright, let me change the game real quick. What I'm going to do is I'll put in one of the other games that I got. I have Vendetta, which is a new one. Let me get that one. Hang on. It's not V for Vendetta, but it's... Let's get that. Alright.
I also have a Vigilante, I'm sorry. Vigilante, and I have Keith Courage. Keith Courage is an interesting game.
To be honest, that one's kind of really weird. It's kind of like a Chrysalis type game where you go through and you're just aimlessly beating things up to get your money up, and then like you go into like the underworld and you turn into like what looks like a robot, and you go after all kinds of stuff. You go after different different ways of killing enemies or whatnot. Alright, let's give this game a whirl. I haven't really played this one that much. You guys ever seen this game, Vigilante? Let's see here. For the TurboGrafx 16 Mini or for the PC Engine? All right, EJC, take care, man. Appreciate you stopping in. Oh, it's hanging on me here. All right, let me go up and restart it.
That's the first hang I've ever had on this system.
That was quite interesting. And they say
Cards were better. Oh, now I'm getting a white box.
so. Let's see what happens here.
I'm gonna just pull the game out and re-stick it in.
There we go. Now, that's one thing I do. I put deoxit on all the connectors because I use it on my mixing board to keep things good. It prevents the connectors from rusting and corroding. So, all right, let's give this a go. Oh, that's cool. That's cool, my family. So, this game here, this reminds me a lot of River City Ransom. If you guys remember, I think that was on Nintendo. And it's like River City Ransom and Kung Fu. Because it's a side-scrolling beat-em-up. And this is where you really see that it's not 16-bit. Or true 16-bit. But you see how much life they take out of you. Like, they take out so much life, and then when you get to a boss, I think I got the level 3 on this already. But I barely have any life left. But if you remember the game on Nintendo called Kung Fu, there, it killed me. And I, like, one hit, and they like drain so much of your life. They just keep coming. Step up to the bar, boys. Oh, a fellow chucker, hey. Look at that. He can block bullets with his nunchucks until you shoot him. See, 2 shots, man. That's one thing that's not cool about this game. Like, they like hit you, and it almost kills you. And this is a lot like Double Dragon too, in the sense of like the bad guys turn around. And this bad guy, I beat him up. I just sat here pounding on him. Maybe it was a fluke the last time I beat him up. Because he's gonna beat me here. I just sat here like this, whooping on him. Like that. You just catch him, and you can just keep kicking him and drop him. That's the end of that boss. Yep, couch games. There you go, Brad. And Karen Kendall's here. Hey, Karen. I don't know. This is an interesting game. I thought it looked really cool because I was a big River City Ransom fan. Yeah, blowing it. Yeah, like the old Nintendo games, right? I actually cleaned the console down when I got it. I made sure to, come on, do the best I could to clean it all up. And oh, he just thumped me. This boss was tough. This gives you unlimited continues. So if you can't beat the game, there's something wrong. It's just the fact that you get sick of the game or something. Chop. Die. Or maybe you don't get infinite continues. I thought this was one that you did get infinite continues, but maybe not. Alright, let's see what we got here in the chat room. It does look like an NES game. That's what I was saying. This is one of those where I was like, okay, I'll play it one more time. But this is one of those games where I was like, hey, Brad over there on Twitch. This is one of those games where, you know, you kind of go, really? This is 16-bit? This is a TurboGrafx game? Compared this to like Bonk's Adventure or something. So. There's like my local game store well, one of them that sells retro games, he wants this game, and he's like, where did you find it? I said, I got it for 150 bucks. He's like, where did you find it? I said, on the internet. He's like, I know, but where? I'm like, on the internet. I'm not giving away my hotspot for that, especially for a business like that. He's like, I've been looking for one. Although my wife and daughter weren't too thrilled with the place. It's like, he had cats, but he let the cat pee over everything. Like, you walk in, and, like, it's bad, it makes your eyes burn. And my wife's like, next time you want to go there, she's like, don't bring us. Like, my daughter, she was like, as quick as we went in there, she wanted to leave. See, you just come up here and just start pounding on him. Like that. There, that took care of him. Madonna, what a name. Jeez, come on. You can tell this was an 80s game. Come on. Yeah, I got this game fairly cheap too. I got this one, I think it was 25 bucks with the box. So I was like, you know, it adds to my collection. You know, cause like, even though I'm gonna play ROMs on it with the ROMs that I do have, I still wanted it to be. I still wanted the original, some original games for it, because I don't mind paying for it, and it's great to. A lot of times with ROMs too, it's great to find out if you like the game. Oh, these guys are buggers. So these guys, they're twins, and you gotta whoop on them and get them on the same side. There we go, like that. But the other thing I don't like about this game, besides that nonsense, is their energy creeps back up. So like when you beat up on them, like you'll see if you don't make a hit in a while, their life will creep back up. Especially if they're getting the better upper advantage on you. Like, see, their life goes back up. Wasn't there a Nintendo game that happened to? It was like a Nintendo fighting game, or not a fighting game, but a side scroller like this. Like, you sit there and you beat them up, and their life comes back. And sometimes you can't. Sometimes you can't even hit. On this boss, you can only hit the guy, certain guys at certain times. Like, this guy can do that, and then the other guy comes in and hits you. It's almost like tag team wrestling. See, like, I'm sitting there hitting him, but it's not doing anything. Kung Kung Fooey. Now imagine this is with HDMI. Imagine if this was on a CRT, it would look even worse. See, I'm kicking him, but I have to go back and kick this guy now. It's weird. It goes back and forth, and you don't know which guy you can kick until you start trying to kick him. And then you gotta go after the other guy. There, one guy's gone. Now I gotta finish him off. There we go. Finally! Jeepers. What the heck? I wasn't looking, I was looking at the chat. Alright, so let me get the other game. Play this other one that I have. Because this one's an interesting game. And we'll see what you guys think of that one. Because I can only take so much of this one, Vigilante. Keith Courage. The nice thing is they do come with their cases and the plastic sleeves that they give you with it. Alright. Let's go in here. Keith Courage in the Alpha Zones. Alright. Let's see what you guys think of this one. Alright, so this is the overworld, if you will. This is where you go through and you build up your coins by just killing like endless enemies. Like you can go off the screen and then you go back and there'll be other enemies that'll drop down, the same enemies that you killed. And you can basically do that just to build up the money that you have, or money that you need to collect so you can get different weapons and things like that. But he's like a little Japanese animation type character. So I think I can go in one of these shops. I can. Do you think you're strong enough? No, I don't want bombs. I want the sword. There's a sword in another shop. Okay, so here's where we go to the underworld. He gets this like armor suit type thing, and everything's fast paced. You got like skulls, and you gotta kill everything super fast in here compared to the overworld. Real weird looking characters in here. That's like a pistol guy. That's like a crab. Kind of looks like something you can see on SpongeBob. Krabby. Oh yeah, and if you fall in those spikes, you die. There's no, extra guys or whatever. You die. There's no, like, you have 4 hearts or 3 hearts or whatever, you die. That's the bummer. sit still for one? There we go. Jeez. Guy just doesn't want to sit still. Like I said, this game, I more or less got it. I figured my kid would want to play it, but it's all right. I mean, it's not the greatest, but it works. But what I was reading in some of the magazines, like, on this, is I found this place where I could get, like, old, like, GamePro magazines, because I'm like, okay, I need to figure out how to play some of these games. And they said, like, in the overworld, if you sit here and you fight enemies that just keep coming in, like, if you just back up and go in, I think this is the one with the sword, one of them is, you can build up your cash to buy stuff. I only got 100, so I need 300. I do want it, but I don't have enough, so I gotta go kill some more enemies. Where is the enemies Gotta give me some. There we go. 200. Yeah, 100 more. No, I didn't. I only have 200, dude. But honestly, so do you guys think, do you think this looks 16-bit? Compared to the other game, Vigilante. Vigilante didn't look 16-bit. This one kind of does. A little bit. Alright, there we go. Got my 300. 250. Alright, let's get that sword. I want it. Why didn't you give it to me? There we go. Very good. Use it wisely. Please come back. Don't worry, I will. I don't know what else you have, but... So now I gotta finish... Oh, no. Well, that just sucked. Now, do I still have the sword? Probably not. So that means I probably gotta go buy it again. Guess I'll find out. I don't understand the premise of this game. Like, when you start playing and you get into the underworld, it just, a lot of it looks the same. There's not really a lot of difference. Sometimes I get murdered in the underworld. 275. There we go. There's an A. Hey, there. Let's see what he says in here. Yeah, because I probably lost it. Sorry, I can... Oh, okay. Maybe I do get to keep it. So that's good to know. Okay. So I get to keep the sword even though I continued. I would have thought I would have lost it. It's good to know. Oh. Or I can just hit my head off the top and... Maybe this is the one with the infinite continues. You just start at the beginning of the levels. I don't know. One of them One of them I was reading has infinite continues, and although I'm not going to sit here and play it for infinite continues, but I can play some Saturn then if you guys want. If you want to see the soft mod that I did to it, so I can play some backup games. Bolt bombs. I don't even know what bolt bombs are, but sure. Watch for the brave sword. It is a useful weapon. I know, I already have it, dude. Alright, let's see if I can get across here without dying again. That's actually one that it's pressure. If you hit the button hard, you jump higher. That's kind of cool. Yeah, you want me to play Saturn? Here. I'll stop this and I'll go over and set up the Saturn real quick. I just got to get a controller out, bring it over here, get it hooked up to the... I just got to hook up a controller to it. Let me see what game's in here. You guys tell me. Let me see here. What game do I have in here? Oh, I have Castlevania Symphony in the Night. We could hook that up. Symphony of the Night. Alright. Controller's hooked up. And you pull this controller out, which is the TurboGrafx controller. I'll put that away. And let's turn this off. Let's turn the Saturn on. And you guys will get to see the soft mod. So I have one of those cartridges in it for the soft mod, which you guys will see here in a second. So when the soft mod starts, it comes up with this. So then I hit the, I'll wait till it comes back here. So I hit the start button, or the A button, excuse me, and it detects this a real Saturn disc. But it's actually playing a backup. So all the games that I do own for the Saturn, I made copies of them, and I have them set up on my, because I have them in the box and everything. And I didn't want them getting ruined. Castlevania was one of my favorite games on both Nintendo and Sega. So this one's the Japanese one, but it's but it's still, everything's in English. Most of it. Let's go to a la carte. Well, at least Dougie will like it, because I'm playing Saturn, right? Unfortunately, I can't skip this part. It doesn't let me skip it. I'm stuck. Hit the dang button! Now, some people... There's two different controllers for this. Some people don't like this controller. This is the one that essentially comes with it, but the L and R button are really weird on it. And I have the other controller, But I like this because it feels like I'm holding the controller. So I have 2 of those, and then I have one of the other smaller ones. It's got some thickness to it. It's like beefy controller. See, this just looks awesome. So the way this starts is, I think I actually get to fight off Dracula first. Right there.
滅びよ、ここはお前の住む世界ではない。
And it's in
私
Japanese.
は自らの力で蘇るのではない。欲深な人間どもによって蘇る。
Alright, I need a translator. Who in the chat room can
力が
translate?
唯
Let's
一の
go.
正義なのだか
Start
らな。
translating.
それはお前の勝手な言い草だ。人々は同じ信念のもとで求め合い、集い、そして歩んでいく。だが、現に人間どもは欲望によって発展し、信仰によって統率されてきたではないか。人間は力だけでは統率できない。敬い、慈しむ心があるからこ
I
そ
think he's threatening him. He's
統
telling
率
him
が
he's
でき
gonna
るのだ。
die.
くだらん。どちらが正しいか。
Now this is a widescreen game. And the way I have it set up is for 16. There was a trick to beat this, to beat him. Like, you can start fighting him like before he appeared. It's on like Donkey Kong now, Drac. Where you at? Come on. That's kind of trippy, isn't it? It's a secret, yeah. Usually you could beat Dracula if you start hitting him right when he first appears, and then it ends up killing him without him even getting shot on you. But hey, David Bussell, how did you get the Japanese version? Well, it's a backup. It's a backup copy. For the Saturn games, for Saturn games, I probably have about 150 games. At least this is in English and you can read it and see what it says.
時を同じくして一人の男にも異変が起きていた。彼の名はアルカール。かつて ラルフ・シ・デルモンドと共に父であるドラキュラを滅ぼした男だ。彼は自分の呪われた血を断つために自らその能力を封印し、覚めることのない眠りについたはずだった。だがその眠りは妨げられ、汚れしふるさとが復活したことを知った。そして今さまざまな思いを抱き、宿命の魂がドラキュラ城に集う。闇に浮かぶ月だけが真実
For
を
those of you on
知る。
Twitch, I actually, I'm on YouTube and I'm on Facebook, so I am responding to comments that are coming in there, so you're aware. Only a little bit's getting cut off, but Saturn 69, the other games are 4-3. So my layout here is 4-3, so that's fine. Speed on this is incredible. Play with some zombies. Level up. This also has a good soundtrack. Very captivating. The Grim Reaper. Not sure how to kill him. This is about as far as I've got.
知れたことだ。そこを引いてもらおう。
I need a translator.
未だ
Tell
人
me
間
how to
の
beat
味
him.
方をなさるか。我らのもとに戻れとは申しませぬ。せめて手を引いていただきたい。
それはできぬ相談だ。
仕方ありませんな。この場は一旦退きましょう。今一度よくお
I'm
考
gonna work on
え
getting
くだ
another
さい。
template for widescreen stuff. Oh, just took all Dracula's. He just took all my parts of Dracula. Look at that. Now I don't have my sword. I gotta punch. Go up or should I go down? Let's go up. Crack. Listen, bud. What do you think you are? Ah, what do we got up here? I don't know what I just got, but I got something. Oh, what's over there? Let's go back down and go over there. I can always go back there. Can I get up there? Guess I can't get up there. That thing looks important too. Alright, let's go this way. like un-vampire slayer. He doesn't have a. He doesn't have his whip. The whip. That beats some orc. That's very Castlevania. Bag of bones. Wait a second. I need to go up on them. Oh, what is that? Well, that ain't gonna help me. It can't go that way. What do we got over here? Oh no, but he just killed me. Really? One and done? One hit wonder? Can I continue? Apparently not. Alright, let's get another game. What should we try? Should I try one of the Sonics? You guys want to see one of the Sonics? Then I have, let's see here. Sonic 3D Blast, Sonic Jam, Sonic R. Let's do Sonic R. Kind of in your way. In the album. Alright. Okay. I guess this is like a racing game. I'll be honest, I haven't played this. Let's just do that one.
Ready, set, go!
Whoa. That was a noob. Come on. Need an analog stick. Come on. That's tough. Without an analog stick, that's really rough. And then he's spinning for no reason. Soundtrack's pretty good on this. It's just difficult. We're not far from it. Hey, how do they have a car? I got third, not bad for the first time playing it. After that disastrous start. Yeah. not a bad finish considering. What do you think, Matt? I think that looks pretty good. How is the video coming across with the with the capture card options? I don't even know what I have it set on. It might be on easy or medium. Game level. Let's go to easy. Cause I need it easy. Is it showing it fast going through? I mean, it should. Alright, let's try Radical City. Let's see how this goes. This may or may not go very well. I don't know if you guys are saying anything on Facebook. Play this last one here.
Ready, set, go!
What the heck? Is that Robutsky? He's got a inner tube on him? Get back here, Butsky. There you go. Get right on my tail. There's Tails. Get past Tails. Knuckles is in first. Why doesn't that surprise me? Where do I gotta go? Hey, come on. Why can't I? Where do I gotta go? Oh. Wow, I didn't even know that. Alright, let's get back in front here. Get back in the lead. Bye-bye, Miles. Now let's find that Knuckles guy. How far ahead is he? That was an emerald. I got second anyway. This is Sonic. This is in 3D Blast. This is Sonic. Hang on a second. Sonic Racing, Sonic R, or something like that. Yeah, Sonic R. No, it's Sonic R for the Sega Saturn. I'm backing up so you can see the title screen, I think. Yeah, Sonic had too many. He was bouncing off everything. Oh, what do we got over here on Twitch?
Ready, set, go!
Let me do something here. Let me pause it here. Find the website on my Twitch profile. Image retro, just the best. Let me respond to the person on Twitch. Okay, let's see here. I'm also streaming, for the guys on Twitch, I'm also streaming here on Facebook and YouTube, so if you hear me talking to other people, it's because I've got those guys pulled up. So, yeah, Sonic R is on the Sega Saturn. You want me to put a different one in? Let's see. I'll put one other game in here real quick, and then I'm going to probably call it a night. I got to get something set up that I can do 16:9 and 4:3. That way I can easily switch off of it when doing this kind of stuff. But let's see here. So that was Sonic R. Sonic 3D Blast. That kind of gets boring after a little bit. Knights. Actually, let's play. These have been always the good ones. All right. These are some of the best Mega Mans ever made, in my opinion. There's Mega Man X4 and Mega Man 10. Those games, they're awesome. I haven't played them in a few years, but they are always good games. All right, let me hit A button on that. Sorry, just getting set back down. Okay. I saw the movie the other night. Definitely better than what I was anticipating. Vintage Jim Carrey. Cool. I have to see that game. Or see that movie. I haven't seen it yet. Obviously, I can't see it because we're on lockdown, but when it comes out on DVD or Apple TV, I'll get it. See what these options are. Button config. Nope, don't care. Okay, game start.
It's about the Maverick Hunters, General. They are far too eager to please the humans and continue to hunt down the Reploids. Do you believe they pose a significant threat?
Perhaps.
You already know the truth, General. Their sole mission has been to destroy any Reploids who fail to do as the humans order. It's in your best interest to stop them now, before they turn on you. You possess enough power to destroy them!
You are dismissed.
What?
I will not betray the humans. Remove yourself from my sight. My business with you has concluded.
Very well.
Do you guys ever
You
see
will change your
Nacho
mind
Libre?
soon, I assure
Matt,
you.
do you guys ever see Mega Man X4? And those of you guys that are on YouTube and Facebook, if you want to go over to my Twitch channel and follow me over there, eventually what I want to do is get to the point where I just have everybody follow me on Twitch and I can go live on Twitch. So if that's something you guys wouldn't mind doing, head over to twitch.tv/thetechbuzz. I used to have a lot of views on Twitch. I had over 4 million a couple of years ago, but I haven't streamed on it in so long. So if you guys can go over there, twitch.tv/thetechbuzz. Go give me a follow over there so that way you know when I'm live. I want to use that for the Retro Buzz, and I want to use it for streaming video games. Hey, get off me, dude. And if you guys are interested in getting the Retro Buzz shirts, hang on. There's going to be a sale coming up where you can get them for $13. I know right now they're $20. There's going to be a sale coming up. I have to look and see when it is, but it's coming up. Now see, I mean these graphics look really good for a retro system. I mean they're right in line with like Dreamcast. Come on. Sorry, I don't read this Jeez.
Ready.
Oh yeah, Matt, you gotta love Mega Man. Cool, my family, appreciate it. Let's see here. Nacho Libre says, I have the X collection on PS2. Yeah? Is it just as good on the PS2? I don't have my PS2 anymore. Oh, hey. What's up, Randy? My family? What's going on, man? Yeah, I want to try to get it more. I know I'll get a few people on Facebook that'll watch, but I want to kind of try to build up my viewership over here. Because that's where the retro gaming is and everything. Can I call on that? I still remember Mega Man 1. My brother used to have that for Nintendo. Oh, dag nabbit. I didn't know it was gonna
Ready.
I was going to jump on it. I'm gonna be videoing. My brother got a Marvel cabinet and we are gonna mod it, put a Raspberry Pi on it when he comes out. And I'm gonna put my image that I have for Emulation Station in it. Put all the buttons and configurations. So I'm going to do a video of it, so if people want to know how I do it, because I think the biggest confusing part of it is wiring up the controls. I think I had a hard time with that at the beginning, making them light up. So I'm gonna do a video on that. What? Oh crap. It's gonna be a squished Mega Man. I didn't know I was supposed to do that.
Ready.
See what you guys are saying. Oh yeah, you have it on casted on the 4K TV. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Oh, I just died in the hole. What the heck, man?
Ready.
I like my Legends Ultimate. I'm not gonna lie. It's a good arcade. I think they keep getting better and better. Did you see, Randy? Did you see they added Facebook streaming now? They just gotta make it so you guys can add cameras to it, and you can do something like this where you have the side by side, right? With you and the. I mean, some people they don't care. They just want to stream the gameplay. But it's hard to keep a chat room when you're streaming if you're not communicating with them. Like most people they want you to talk to them and not just, sit there and play a game. Most of the time. Yeah, I would agree. They at least need a mic if you don't have a camera. I would 100% agree with that. You can probably get away with not having a camera. Oh no. My son's got the Mega Man Black. I don't think we're in Kansas anymore.
Time to get serious.
He destroyed me. Dang it.
Ready.
Yeah, because I mean, you want to talk to your community. If they're not going to put a mic in it, but I think the easiest thing for them to do is to make it the Logitech USB headset is something that you can get anywhere, and it's Logitech stuff. Everybody uses it. Like I see a lot of people in the gaming world and broadcasting. They all use just the USB headset from Logitech. Most of them. I've seen Turtle Beach. Turtle Beach is another one. I mean, so there's plenty of them that they could grab that everybody would use. I just went down the hole.
Ready.
Not paying attention. See here. I have a marble cabinet modded out with a Pi 3B Plus and a PS3. Love it, much better than the first and second gen A1 up. Absolutely. I have a Street Fighter 2 that's modded up. And then I have, well, you guys know, I have all the cabinets across the wall there. But I still like console playing. I mean, I like the arcades, but I like playing consoles. That I grew up with. think Mega Man would have like a grappling hook. You would just shoot up, jump up and out. I had to mow my front yard the other day, first time. Holy smokes. What was that? What? You're not supposed to change up your pattern like that. I'm trying to kill you here. Yes, I beat him. You know, I often wondered, like, if you were going to play somebody online, like with My Game Room on the At Games Legend, how you'd be able to communicate with your guys, like to say, okay, I'm backing out, going in another game, don't drop off. You need a microphone. Like when Glenn, myself, and Matt did it, I had them on my call-in system, and I said, okay, this is how we're going to go in, and that's how we streamed it. I don't know. To me, that just makes sense. That's kind of like when you game, even years ago, when you gamed Call of Duty, PlayStation, Xbox, whatever, you always wore the headset. You talk to your friends online. It's like, okay, we're going to go in. Or, hey, there's a guy sneaking up on your backside, shoot him. You know, that kind of thing. You definitely need it. I guess I can save it here. Let's see. The game has been saved properly. Sweet. I've not saved any games on this.
Brave soldiers of Repliforce, we have all been wrongfully judged as mavericks by the humans. We cannot suffer this indignity and live in disgrace. We will build our own nation of Reploids. But remember, this is neither about insurrection nor rebellion against our human creators.
Well,
this is about our liberty and security.
I think I'm going to wrap up for the night. I've been on here quite a while.
And our own survival.
And I appreciate everybody
Together
coming out here and
our nation, a sanctuary for all
hanging out here. And
our own
like I said, go over to Twitch, twitch.tv
onward towards a new golden era for the Repliforce.
And go follow me on that channel over there. And that way you guys will know when I'm live. I mean, I don't mind doing it on YouTube and Facebook, but that's honestly where I want to be. I want to get more and more gameplay over there and get more viewers over there. But I appreciate everybody tuning in. Make sure you tune into the Retro Buzz tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern. Like I said, if you missed it earlier, Glenn messaged me. We have Gamester81. He's going to be joining us tomorrow, so you don't want to miss that. That's going to be pretty good. Another OG in the retro world. Between him and Glenn, we're probably going to get a bunch of knowledge bombs dropped on us, so make sure you tune in tomorrow. And as always, guys, I really appreciate everybody tuning in and hanging out here, and we're going to roll out the credits, and we'll see you next time.